Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice, but I gotta say this. What I want you to do is put two things in the chat. The first thing is a coffee cup, and then the second thing, I want you to go to your emojis and type in the word salute. So you see that salute emoji just like this. Salute to my dogs. I'm in here with who? I'm in here with Larry Jones, and I'm in here with my dog Chris Sane. Show us some love in the chat, everybody. Listen,
Hey.
this one right here is for the culture. We getting together and we want to show y'all that we are all stronger together. There are many people who are trying to learn how to invest. They might run into Chris. They might run into me. They might run into Larry. Guess what? We all gonna lead them straight to the promised land. Why do we do this? Because we want to see everybody else prosper. Now, there was a quote that I seen a while back, and I had sent it to Larry a few days ago, and I had said, you know what? The people at the bottom, they battling. But the people at the top, they collaborate. And that's what we're doing right here. So again, put a coffee cup in the chat and put a salute emoji in the chat too. Show us some love and hit the like. So without further ado, let's start off with Larry Jones. Larry Jones, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Hey, it's a pleasure to be talking to my man there, your special guest. Hey, it's like I was just telling him just before we went live. It's like it's funny. It's like we got history, but we never talk to each other. You know, because we so busy grinding, but we all a part of the same community. And man, it's just a pleasure to be here. And thanks for having me on the show, Keenan.
Nah, no doubt. And Chris Sang, how you doing today, man?
Good, family, and I want to thank you both for having me on. Keenan, thanks for reaching out. Larry, like you said to the people, it's been a long time coming.
Yes,
We've been trying to link, and we finally here. And so I couldn't be more happy. A lot of our communities and subscribers are cross sectional, and so this should be a treat for all of them.
Yeah.
So I want to say this, right? Now, I told Chris in the background I wasn't going to put him on the hot seat, but I got to do it. Chris, me and Larry go to Invest Fest, and we plan on doing it every year. We need you to roll, dog. We need you to roll with us the next time we go. What's
definitely.
up? What's up?
I definitely come. Let me tell you this. One way I support them, EYL and Invest Fest, I send 10 people there every year. And so
what's up.
Support comes in various ways, whether it's a like, whether it's a share, whether it's sowing a seed into what others are doing. And so I have a mentor group, and I send 10 young men to that, or they're not young, they're young adults. So I send 10 people there every single year, last 3 years, I would say. And so again, I would definitely roll with you guys or meet you guys there in the future.
Listen, everybody would appreciate that. Go ahead, Larry.
You know what? We you and I and Josh was talking because we went this year. We were talking about doing our own booth. Let's just do it that way. We'll do our own
great
booth
idea.
at Invest Fest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did say that.
Great idea.
You did say that. Us having a booth, that'd be
That's
a
phenomenal
that's what
idea.
time it is. That's really what time it is. So okay, now I want to ask you guys this. So the stock market has been falling, right? A lot of people are crying and they're mad and they think they're not gonna make no money doing it. They don't know what they're doing, blah blah blah. So I want to ask you, Chris, you could go first. Do you know how to make money when the stock market is falling? And what would you say to people who don't?
Absolutely. Guys, I make the most money on down days or when the market falls. We call it making money in a bear market correction or when the stocks sell off. And simply put, buying puts, or we call it pick six on my channel. I'm an athlete guy, so I changed the whole lingo of the traditional terminology. So a pick six is nothing more than a put option. Okay, you're just taking it to the house. Stocks normally go up, but on down days, you can buy a put at resistance and make money as the stock go down in price. So for example, Apple today was at 175 to open. It fell from 175, broke through support at 174, and took a trip down to 171. Riding that all the way down was easy money.
So question, Chris, real quick before I change it over to Larry. When you make money on a put, is this money that you could cash out or what? Like you just got to keep it on the app forever? What's going on?
Nope, absolutely. After you make the money and you lock in the profit, then it goes into your buying power. Your buying power is a section of your money or money market portion. You can withdraw that. We investors, so we don't. But in our case, with the same gang, what we like to do when we take profits, we then deploy that money into our dividend stocks or our income generating stocks so that we're always having money working on our behalf. And that's where the whole when they sleep, we eat come from. We always have our money working on our behalf. We give our money a purpose. We put our army of dollar bills to work through investing in quality dividend stocks like SCHD, VTI,
Yes.
so on and so forth.
And Larry, how about you? So you
Yep.
said that you made money when the market was down too, right? I actually witnessed it in person. So what you got for us?
You witnessed it. I showed you my portfolio the day. You saw me Thursday. You saw me the day before that. Hey, listen. It's all about having the proper tools in your toolbox, okay? So if you're just into just long-term investing, which I think all three of us, I've heard Chris Sane say it. I've heard you say it. I said it the other day. If not a minimum of half of your portfolio is the overall stock market, S&P 500, then you're really not investing, you're gambling, right? But then when the market falls, how do you make money? Okay, you're either going to short the market or you're going to do some put options. Okay, Larry, Chris, Keenan, what's a put option? Okay, and I'm going to continue to say this. I've been saying this all month. Quit jumping out of airplanes and then asking, how does this parachute work, right? We got to find out how the parachute works first. So you got to have the proper tools in your toolbox. Learn these options. You got 3 guys here that have learned options, and we make money as the market goes down, right? So on some of the reddest days are some of my most green days, okay? So that's what I wanted to leave with the people today. Listen, take this time. This is please do less trades this month unless you are a skilled trader, right? But if you're not a skilled trader, then learn a skill on this month where you should be taking less trades anyway.
And then Larry, one last thing. If
Yes.
they are uncomfortable buying puts, because some people tell me, Coach, I'm uncomfortable buying puts. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to short the market. If you are that person, you can always buy SQQQ and hold shares of SQQQ. And then when it goes up, you will make money in that way. And that's just an inverse correlation to the market so that you don't have to buy puts. You don't have to deal with theta and time decay. You can just be in something that you control. It's not going to lose its value by decaying over time. Nope. You just buy it low and you ride it to the levels. For example, it's sitting at 21. We like to buy that around $17 or $16 on my channel. And a bull market is going to run up like that. And a bear market is going to go much higher than that. And so if you can wrap your head around that concept, that allows you to also take advantage of down days in the market by having something that's working in your favor going to the upside.
Hey, can you hand me the ball, Coach? Hand me the ball,
Definitely.
Coach.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hey, so listen, to add to Chris's comment, listen, for those of you that don't know, just think T as in tall, S as in short, right? So if the market is going up, that's TQQQ. And Chris, I want you to come back and explain why there's 3 Qs in there. What does that really mean? So think T as in tall, S as in short, because I know that there's people watching here that don't know what we're talking about. So I almost said it, but Chris, go ahead and tell them what the Qs are on the T and on the S. All right. So I'm sorry. Yeah. T and S. So just think T as in tall, meaning it's going up, S as in short, as it's going down.
Absolutely. Larry kind of made the point home for you guys. So you have the QQQ, or the triple Qs is what we call it. That's the NASDAQ 100. So those are your tech stocks. That's where the Magnificent Seven lives. Okay. Tech stocks, when they get hit, that's where SQQQ comes in at. Okay. And then on days that the tech stocks are running or headed to the upside, that's where, when Larry taught you guys about the T that's in the QQQ, those are going up on those days.
So I want to jump in too real quick, right? And I want to say this. You see how I'm linking with Larry? You see how I'm linking with Chris, right? You see how I link with Mo? I link with Josh. I link with all of the guys. And I want you to think about this. They say that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. If you've been on YouTube and you've seen anybody talking about stocks, you had to run into Chris Sane. You had to run into Larry Jones. You run into Keenan Grace. You see what I'm saying? And what do? Many people, they might look at me and say, yo, Keenan, man, you know what I'm saying? You already made it. If I was you, I'd be living on an island. If I was you, I would just be kicking my feet up, right? You already did it, da-da-da-da-da. But guess what? I don't feel like I did nothing yet. I feel like this is only the beginning. I'm still investing into me. I'm still investing into you because I'm getting on here and I'm bringing people together and they bringing people together too. And we trying to make sure that we can level up. We see Elon Musk still going to work.
Right.
We see Jeff Bezos get up, still go to work. It may be different from the work that you do, but they ain't sitting on a beach just letting their lives waste away. They just say, you know what? I got more to contribute to the world. So then I feel like all of us do. So then I want to ask you this. And if you're watching this, and again, go ahead and hit the like button for us, family. We all family in here today. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to think about the 5 people who you interact with the most. I want you to consider adding another powerhouse into your group. Now, let's say that you subscribe to me. Let's say you're not subscribed to Chris Sane. I put his link in the description. I want you to add him to your powerhouse. If you ain't subscribed to Larry, I want you to, boom, go ahead him into your powerhouse. And what they're going to do is they're going to help you to get the tools that you need to be successful. There ain't no get rich quick out here. We all in the mud together. We all trying to get it together. We live and we learn together. Nobody's perfect here. But guess what? We all going to be 1% better tomorrow than we are today. And since we think like that, we become problem solvers, not people who just caught up on the past, people who just say, oh man, this is what I did, and they living off of that glory. No, we looking for what we about to do, not just what we did. So I'm adding Chris into my powerhouse of people who I feel like can help me to grow, who can help me to build. And I want you to do the same, and the same with Larry too. And I want to just get over here and talk about this. We were talking about the technicals, right? You heard Chris and Larry and everybody talk about how the stock market's been coming down. When we seen the SPY, ticker symbol SPY, break over $429 and touch the 428. Fam, I've been talking about this for weeks now. That's the sign that we broke under a level of support. I want you to think of support kind of like a floor. You hit the floor, normally you could bounce. But if you hit it with enough momentum, you falling right into the basement. And now we hit into the basement. 99% of the people who are retail investors are going to cry. Oh man, you know what? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make any money. How long have we been talking about making money on the way down? Chris just said he make the most money on the way down. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody know how to do that, what group do you want to be in? The group of people who are crying that they can't make no money, that they stocks is down, or the group of people who are happy that they have a clear direction on the market so they know to make money on the puts? You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I want you to do. I want you to, again, go ahead and subscribe to him if you ain't done so already. And I see the likes rolling in. We had 300 likes. Let's get it to 400. We might as well. We're family in here. Go ahead, Larry.
No, matter of fact, no, hold on, Larry. Don't forget your question. Get it to 1,000 likes. If the same gang tuning in, y'all know how we do. Get this to 1,000 likes ASAP. Go ahead,
Let's
Larry.
get it.
There you go. Listen, I'm going to do even better than that. If Chris Sane has made you money, hey, you got an emoji that you rock with Chris Sane?
No,
today we using a salute. And they
we losing,
it.
we using a salute emoji today.
So if you guys know where that salute emoji is, because I don't, I got to find it. Put
Go
that
to your
salute
emojis,
emoji in.
Type salute in the chat.
That's
and you'll see it.
That's
Let's
it.
get it.
That's it. If Keenan Grace has made you money, put the oven mitts in there, okay?
Let's get it.
Because listen, I'm going to say this publicly on these internets, as they say. Listen. When I first got into this game, this YouTube game in 2020, I didn't know anybody that existed out there because I wasn't looking, okay? So I got on and I started doing my thing, and then I noticed YouTube started suggesting this dude named Chris Sane. So I come on and I see not only is he already here, but he killing it, right? And so I had been on for many months before I even knew he existed. So I'll be honest with you. I was like, whew, at least there's somebody else out here that looks like me, that's out here killing it. So it is kind of cool how this all came together. And then you guys may not know, I just thought about this. I did a shout out. I made a whole video and did a shout out to some of the influencers that you need to be listening to. And Chris Sane was one of them. So I just want to let you guys know that publicly, that he was out here before I was, and he was killing it, right? And so, just like with anything, when you do anything publicly, man, hey, it comes with the highs and it comes with the lows. But at the end of the day, you are helping 99% of the people. And then there's that 1% that's just going to do whatever they want to do. So my hat's off to you, Sane.
So Chris,
Absolutely.
I told you I was just in Chicago recently, right? And I told you I was meeting out with Larry, and I wanted to just let you know that, and everybody in the chat, because again, you got to put a coffee cup in the chat for Larry Jones. He has a course, right? And his course just hit a major milestone in terms of revenue because it's just that good, and people have been signing up back hand over fist. So I wanted to just say, Larry, you killing it, man. And my brother, I'm very proud of you for that, and I'm glad that I got to celebrate that with you.
Great job, Larry.
Killing it.
Yes, sir.
Killing it.
These people are, hey, they learning and earning. And once they start earning, they start telling their family, hey, I'm making money. You need to do this. So
I got something for Chris too, right? Because I've been studying up on my Chris Sane videos. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, and this has been for years, by the way. Chris, I heard you talk about oftentimes the dead cat bounce. What is that?
The dead cat bounce is nothing more or less than when the stock is going down, when it gets oversold, it's going to bounce, but it's really what's known as a pump fake. It's just a dead cat bouncing because the conditions have been oversold too much. We've been doing too much selling, so don't be surprised if one come tomorrow, for example, okay? And then the stock bounce only to resume the downward momentum days later.
That's right. And you know what can happen when you get a dead cat bounce, everybody? That means it's coming back up just to head right back down. You can make money on the way down, but you really just got to learn these skills that can pay the bills. What do I mean by that? Learn how to short something. Learn how to actually buy put options. You understand? And if you don't know how to do it, and I was talking about this earlier because I was doing a live stream, but in the Discord, I was doing a live stream, and we were talking about how if you don't know how to do it and you just try, you are likely to lose an amount that you wouldn't have lost if you would have first went and learned. So You're going to have to pay the tuition on the back end when you could have paid it on the front end. And sometimes you got to pay somebody to teach you, but you could do it for free. If you want to go online and spend the time and look up all the information yourself, do it. It's out there. It's out there. If you hear Larry's offering a course or Chris Sane's offering a service or Keenan's offering a service of some sort, we just put it together in a nice bow for you with our flavor of how we present it to you. Quick, nice, and easy. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't have any money at all to do something like that, which is, to be honest with you, when you look at the amount of money you might have lost from ignorance, you would have made that money back then times and times again instead of having to pay all of it on the back end. Here's my example. You get into a call option today. You never heard of a stop loss. Your call option is probably going to zero and you're getting absolutely smoked on it. And then you in the comments asking, what do I do with this? I'm down 85%. And we say, yo, what happened to your stop loss? And then you ask, what's that?
Stop loss?
What's a stop loss? And I'm like, yo, you got into an option, but you didn't know what a stop loss was. You hustling backwards. That's kind of like getting into a car and you don't know what a seatbelt is.
Oh, I tried to put a stop loss on at 12 p.m. at night.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the worst ones. You trying to do it when the market ain't even open. It don't work like that. You understand what I'm saying? So what I say is you got to make sure you're going and learning stuff on the front end because you're going to pay tuition. Tuition is the price you pay to learn.
You know what, Keenan?
Yeah.
These services, and we can move on for this because I don't like to be over salesy. The truth be told, most people, whatever the course is, most people or the Patreon is, most people make that on their first trade. Mm-hmm. Now you got a skill that you're going to make money on for the rest of your life. So while you're investing, invest in yourself first. Just like I say with your income. Who should you pay first? Yourself.
Right.
Pay yourself first, even before you pay your bills. Now, You know how we say anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell? What I am finna say is a suggestion. Pay yourself first. And that doesn't mean money sitting in a bank. Put your money to work, right? Even if it's VTI, which is the overall stock market, even if it's ticker symbol VOO, which is the S&P 500. Make sure, as a matter of fact, I think all three of us would agree that you need to set it and forget it. Put it on automatic.
Yo, Larry, I got more money in VTI and VOO, both of them, than my house is worth.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
Go. Yes, sir.
The long-term investor for me. You'll catch me trading, right? But like Chris was saying earlier in the video, that you trade, but then what do you do with the money? Do you cash out and take it off of the app? Or do you go say, yo, I've been meaning to load up on this long-term. Let me go ahead and load up on that. One of my long-terms, again, is the overall market. There's a statistic, right? You can look it up. And anybody who invested in the entire history of the stock market. Larry, when did it start again? The stock market?
1792.
1792.
Not 18, not 19, 1792, the New York Stock Exchange was established. That's how old this game is.
We had the Depression, right? We had the dot-com bubble. We had the 2008 recession. If you would have bought it at the absolute worst time ever, right? Check this. There's two numbers I want you to hear. The first one is if you bought it at the worst time ever and you waited 13 years, you would be up. You would be up again. So nobody who held more than 13 years is down on the S&P. Keenan, that's a long time. Nobody who DCAs has ever been down more than 3 years. Ain't that amazing? What does that mean? That means I'm buying the dips. I'm buying the dips. Not on Mullen, not on BBIG, not on all of these other hype stocks. Them is trades. A trade mean I get in, I get up, and I get out. I ain't dollar cost averaging down into that. You chasing bad money with good money when you do that. You should have flipped your mind and started to buy the puts. What you do is you DCA into the overall market while you go over here and you say, all right, look, I'm going to trade with this and then I'm going to use those profits and then boom, load up on my long-term holds. So I want to ask you guys too, other than
I
VTI
got a question too
or
when
even,
you finish.
Go ahead. Go to your question. I'll go to mine after.
Because I think this is important. Hey, Same, would you tell the people the difference between a swing stock and a hold long stock, an investment?
Just tell them a blue chip company.
That's exactly. Pull them up,
guys. Listen, guys, you want to distinguish what you're investing in versus what you are in a short-term trade. You always want to identify, I'm in this for a short time, I'm in this for a long time. So blue chip companies, which Keenan was alluding to, which Larry Jones always talked to you guys about, blue chip companies, stuff like Apple, stuff like your household names, things you are already familiar with, things that have a moat, things that are household names among you and the world. Okay, blue chip quality companies you hold long term. That's what Keenan means when after 3 years, nobody is down. If you have dollar cost average, the stock market is a vehicle that always wants to go up. Okay, yes, it will pull back because that's healthy. It needs to. However, over time, it's going to go higher and higher and make new all-time highs. All you got to do is do the work and invest in blue chip companies. Swing trades are a vehicle or another mechanism for your hype stocks, your growth stocks, things you want to be in temporarily, but they're not to be confused with your long-term holds. So like Keenan was alluding to, you may have something that got all the momentum around it, something that Reddit might be talking about. Don't ever have more of that than you have Apple or VTI or something like that.
Right.
You want to make sure you're in those and you have a target of where you're trying to ride it to. So if you get into something that's $5 and it has potential to go to $7.50, that's the swing. It's not for you to hold it, hit the target, come all the way back down. Now it's $1. No. Okay. So always distinguish what are you holding? What's quality? What's the short-term trade? What's the medium-term trade? And so that you're clear and concise on what it is you're holding and whether or not something is long-term or whether or not something is short-term.
So, hey, Keenan, 1 second, because this will really help. I'm sorry, I don't want to be taken over. I want you to get to your point, okay? But this
All
is so
good.
important for
This is a
people to
gem. All
know.
good. All good.
Yes, sir. So look, as you can see here, to Sane's point, this is just the S&P 500, okay? I'm sorry, this is the dial. Let me go to the right one, okay? This is the S&P 500, right? This is what he's saying. You see ebbs and flows, right? Ups and downs, ups and downs. But if you zoom out, what do you see?
A
Stair
rocket
stepping
ship.
all the way up, just all the way up, right? And so when you keep DCAing, what he's saying is over a period of time, this was COVID. Look at that. Now, that was 2008. That was the recession. This was COVID. But look at what happened after COVID. It still kept climbing. And so at the end of the day, this is going to outperform over a 10-year period. This is going to outperform all of your swing trading. So why not make this a hefty part of your portfolio? And me personally, I take my money from my swing trades, and I know these gentlemen do too. And what do? I fund these big trades. I fund SCHD. You see, I fund VTI. I fund VOO with my wins. That's what I wanted to say.
So I gotta say something too. Now you just inspired me, right? So y'all know me, us three, right? The three of us, we basically watching the markets every day, and we trying to even see what's going on the weekends for what's coming up. Y'all remember when metal was like $100 or something, like it crashed like crazy, right? Crashed like insane. Tesla came down there too to like $100. This wasn't even long ago. And what does everybody on YouTube and even CNBC and even Fox News, CNN, they all telling you, oh yeah, it's all over, right? But when you go and you look back and you see what all those mainstream media, what people was doing and what a lot of these YouTubers was doing was trying to scare you out of the market. Meanwhile, when you go and look at the books, you can see, oh wait, Q1, Q2, BlackRock, Vanguard, Bank of America, JP Morgan, they loaded up. They loaded up. When Nvidia was under $300, like $120, not even too long ago, they was loading up, telling you, oh, nah. Family, they see this stuff before it's coming. So when you see Apple coming down, right? Like Chris said, he just made a lot of money from 174 to 171, riding the wave down. When you see these things coming down, what you need to do is say, yo, how am I going to get my cash up doing this? Is it put options? Right. Is it put options? If you know what you're doing, let's be clear. If you get into it, like I said, before you learn, you're going to pay that tuition on the back end rather than paying it on the front end. I want to be clear on that. So make sure you put in the time so you can learn. But I do want to say, when you see everything coming down, be ready for the fear. Be ready for the FUD. Not fear out of you, not FUD out of us. I'm talking about from just the world in general. They're going to try to scare you out of everything. They're going to try to tell you to never get in the stock market again. I seen one person, they was arguing me down, back and forth, right? They was trying their best. I don't really get into it like that, but I feel like sometimes, you know, I tell Larry all the time, sometimes I got to punch you in the chest. Not Larry, but the family, because I feel like you somebody I care about, and I got to say, boom, stop acting like that. It's time to man up. You know what I'm saying? When you see the market coming down and you crying, I might got to punch you in the chest to tell you, yo, remember who you are. You was waiting for this. You was the person who was ready for this. It's time. I forget how Chris ain't say it, but he was like, when it's blood in the streets, it's time to eat. You understand what I'm saying? In the streets,
it's time to eat. And let me tell the people this, because the years such as 2022, those years, CNBC will make you think the sky is falling. But for real investors, when people talk about the wealth transfer, it's years like Larry just pointed out to you guys, 08, 2020, 2022. We don't become multimillionaires off of just regular investing. It's also going even harder on those down years. Those are the years you truly go shopping. Like Keenan said, Nvidia and the same gang, no, because these is our plays. But Nvidia, Meta, Tesla, all those were down in the dirt in 2022. You scoop it all up then, and you reap the reward when the year like a 2023 or a bull market returns, because we already did the work. I told my family, no, I made $100K in the first 2 months of this year because of all the work we did in 2022 in loading up on Tesla and Nvidia. Okay. And so you do the work on down years. Don't let CNBC make you think the market is uninvestable. No, those are the times you really want to load the boat, dollar cost average. If you get taxes those years, buy much as you can.
Right.
Don't, like Keenan said this before we got on camera. Don't get scared to buy when the stocks are in buy zones, but when stocks are at all-time highs, you guys want to buy.
Chase.
The name of the game is to buy low, okay? And so you can't get lower than the year 2022 or 2020. You want to think of it like that in terms of how and when you get your best buys. And then all these up years, you know, the same game, our feet is up like on Apple, the stock part of it. We might trade it, but I'm talking about our shares because we only buy Apple 140 and below, 135, 130, 129. So sitting up here at 170 is not in our zone. Our feet is up until the next bear market returns when Apple will be back down in the dumps again. And you just repeat the same cycle over and over, guys.
Right. Y'all killing it with the likes too. Shout out to y'all. Y'all adding more people in. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. Again, hit the like again. We got, 600 now. Let's keep pumping it up, man. I'm trying to get a call option on the like button. Let's hit the like. Let's get it. Let's get it. So now, Larry, you look like you got something to say, my brother. What's up?
Well, I was just adding to what you guys was talking about, man. Listen, you know, there's so many ways that you could chop this up. Everybody says it's different, but it's true. Yeah, millionaires are made in bull markets, but man, billionaires are made in bear markets and crash or corrections, should I say, crashes
Absolutely.
or corrections. So what that means is just what Chris Sane was saying. Here's when I know that it is time to buy. It's so easy. It's so funny. I made my first investment in 92. When you start seeing them sell the dry food that you could store in your basement for 100 years and every other commercial is about gold because the world is going to end. And then you start hearing all these doomsday and this is it. That's when it's not just the time to buy at that point. It's time to be loading up at that point.
When you start seeing this is it, Larry, you say?
Yeah, this is it.
Name drop. When you see the meet Kevin, this is it.
Right.
Kevin, it's all up, baby. It's all up.
Yeah, it's all up. But that's when you should be buying. You know, I always use the term, listen, we're gonna run towards the burning building and catch the fallen baby, right? Everybody else is gonna be running away from the burning building when the market drops. We're going to be running towards the burning building. And the truth be told, AI saved the Magnificent Seven, which saved the stock market from actually going into a recession, I think, in Q4 of this year. I think, right? So AI came in booming and just pushed everything back up. But the truth be told, and I'm going to say this, and somebody's going to go, really? The truth be told is, I wish we'd go ahead and get this recession over with and then had this AI boom, because we would have already bottomed out. So You got to understand, this is a rolling wheel. These are cycles, right? Behind every bear market is a bull market. Behind every bull market is a bear market. It's just the next in line to come at some point, right? And so right now, it's like, just rip the Band-Aid and get it over. Now, the facts are, I believe that, yeah, we're going to have a recession. It's not going to be as deep, as long, and as hurtful as 2008 because of what caused it. So right now, continue your DCAing, save a little cash, right? This month, I pull back on my trades. And if you're a new trader, you need to really pull back unless you know options. Right. Because if you know options, you can kill it, especially right now. You could have did a put option on anything today and would have made some money, right?
Larry, I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Chris, I respect your time, my brother. I asked you for 30 minutes of your time. Me and Larry, we're going to stay on until 7. But if you got something to do,
wait a minute, King.
Jump off. I want to let you know King. I really respect your time, my brother.
King, Chris, hang with your boy. Hang with your boy for another 10, 15 minutes.
I got you. I got y'all, man. It's all good, Keenan.
Nah, listen, because I know, you know,
that's
know
love.
You, listen, when you don't respect somebody's time, you might as well not respect them. So I wanted to let you know from the ground, even though right in the dead middle of this, we cut this off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's deeper than that. So
and Keenan will do it.
Yeah. Listen, that's how it is, man. You know what time it is with me, Larry.
Yeah.
I gotta, and I want to just say that because, and this is for everybody who's watching again, because I feel like you got to lead with integrity. That's the only way that you're
Right.
going to be able to
That's right.
to move forward. It's way more important to build relationships than to try to just dig every penny out of everybody or dig everything you can get out of them. It's much better to build them up than it is to try to
Right.
take. We live in a world full of takers, right? And us as givers, we got to realize our own limits because the people who are takers, they don't have any limits.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we got to recognize that for ourselves.
And to your point, Keenan, time is all of our greatest assets.
Yes.
So that's why it's important for you guys to invest early and often. And if you have come late to the game, it's not too late to get started. But to Keenan's other point, okay, about just respect in general, one thing you guys need to have is what we call discernment. The one thing I can say about these two brothers, including myself as well, you got to know when somebody has a servant heart, a heart that's geared towards serving others. Okay. When people are pouring into you guys, when people are walking alongside you guys, your spirit needs to be convicted in a way that you understand Larry is really trying to help me. His $5 a day challenge is really intended to help me. Keenan and all he does for us is truly intended to help us. Guys, you have to really be able to differentiate between that when you are vetting people, watching people. Some of us are called to be a blessing to you. Okay, everybody ain't scamming. Everybody ain't on that. Okay, so be able to see that because some of us don't have the time to address all those type of things.
Yeah.
Okay, so our time is our greatest asset, but the time we sow into you guys, don't take it for granted. I try to teach my tribe, learn this because I'm already retired. I don't have to be on YouTube these days. Okay, and so because of that, it's important to understand, you know what? He giving up his time, his talent, his energy to make sure we learn a skill that can change our life. And when these other brothers exactly, and when that's happening, guys, don't take it for granted. But like I say, use discernment so that you can see those with a true servant heart, those who are truly called to be a blessing to you. And then, guys, receive the information. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself because you're going to pay the tuition one way or the other. Right. But it's well worth it if you got the right people walking alongside you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There, you want
I'm
to
sorry.
jump in?
The thing was on my end it buffered, so I thought it was finished. That's good stuff. I 100% agree with that saying. And listen, don't let other people make you miss your blessing.
Facts.
Listen, don't let other people. Most people let other people listen to haters, and it makes you miss your blessing. The truth be told, all three of us, and to tell the truth, if I didn't have this on, if I didn't invest in all of this and was thinking about getting free information out there every day to you guys, I will literally make way more money in the market. But I'm missing a lot of trades. This is so true. I would be making way more money in the market. But the truth be told, I could only make so much, right? And we know that it is trillions of dollars out here. So we want you guys to partake. Chris Sain always say, we want you guys to eat, right? Mm-hmm. And I say that too. I always say, hey, it's time to feed the family. It's funny how we got all of these things that we're saying to you guys. I call you guys family. And so he's trying to feed you. I'm trying to feed you. Keenan's trying to feed you. We're saying, we're making money and been making money. We want you to make money now. We want you to make money and tell everybody you know, because at the end of the day, the 5% that handles or controls over 60% of the money, they're going to get it. It's like energy. It's just shifted. Wealth is just shifted. Wealth is like the earth. There's no new earth being created. It's just being shifted. So while this wealth is being shifted, we want y'all to eat. I'm going to leave it right there because y'all got me reared up and I'm going to be preaching in a minute. Go ahead.
Nah, you on point, Larry. And I'm gonna say this,
Yeah.
right? Because I asked the question earlier, and 90% of the people, literally, if you go scroll up in the chat, you'll see it. I had a poll up, and for people when they was rolling in, and I asked, "Oh, we got 1,000, we got 1,000 like call option, and we just waiting for it to hit in the money, and we almost there, family. So go ahead and hit the like. Let's get it.
Good
So
job.
now,
Hit the like.
hit the like, family.
Yeah.
We literally about to hit in the money on that call. Shout out to y'all again. Appreciate y'all. Let me hold up. You know I got something for you. Let's get it. So now, with that being said, I wanted to say the thing. What it said was, oh, I got to answer that one too about earn your leisure. Somebody had said this. I think this is actually more important than what I was about to say. Somebody had said in the chat, and it was like, yo, I'm gonna pull all three of us up. They were like, yo, y'all three are the real Invest Fest, right? And I'm thinking, I'm hearing it, and I'm like, I love you for saying that, but I want you to remember that's divisive. That's divisive. We rock with them too. You understand what I'm saying? I love you for saying that because I know you're saying that out of love, but I want you to always remember this. They always try to put us against each other when really we should be rocking with each other. Think about Kobe and LeBron. They try to put them against each other. Think about Jay-Z and Nas. Put them against each other. Meanwhile, it's okay to like Jordan. It's okay to like LeBron. It's okay to like Kobe, all three of them. It's okay to like Nas. It's okay to like Jay-Z, both of them. It's okay to like Keenan. It's okay to like Larry. It's okay to like Chris, all three of them. You don't have to choose. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We can make money off all three together. Of us. Exactly. Yeah. We are all better together because I'm sure there are areas that Chris is strong in that I'm weak in. I'm sure there are areas that Larry is strong in that I'm weak in and vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? But that's why I say you got to add people to your, basically to your toolkit. You understand what I'm saying? And say, yo, what could I learn? What could I learn from this person, from that person? And, you know, I made a little funny joke about me, Kevin. You could learn something from him too. You understand what I'm saying? You got to remember that just because you feel a certain way about something, sometimes you got to say, yo, I can still take a little nugget from that. You understand what I'm saying? I can still go and learn something from that. Now, it took a long time for me, Chris, and Larry to link. You understand what I'm saying? We've been doing this for years and years and years, day in and day out and day in and day out. And any of the three of us in any of our channels, it'd be like this. One of us will say, yo, listen, I'm buying this on Monday. The technicals will change. We'd be like, yo, I'm selling this on Tuesday, right? That one just wasn't a good one. It just is what it is. You gotta be able to take your lumps. People are fickle and it will switch. And it was on my channel loving me. Now they'll be on Chris' channel hating me, right? And then they saying, yo, Chris, I'm rocking with you. You way better. They'll come to my channel the next day after that. Yo, man, Chris is whack. Right. I'm back with Keenan. Oh, I'm back with Larry now. Doing all of this, right? Doing a little runaround.
I don't like that.
And trying to make us not like each other. Right. Meanwhile, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. We got to think for ourselves and think, how could we build ourselves up and then help each other build each other up? Because again, like Chris just said, like Larry just said, we could get off of the YouTube thing. Because again, we've been doing this for a while, right? We got businesses outside of this. We could get to the point, and I was with Larry in Chicago not too long ago, and we was at a very nice hotel, right? Us and the family, and we thinking it's been like a little bit, ain't put a video out, like, yo, this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice to step away. But the people need me, so I got to get back.
Right. Absolutely.
If I stop, maybe somebody will never get into the market. If I stop, maybe somebody gonna go get a loan and go and buy Mullen Automotive, thinking it's gonna go to the moon. Because I ain't there to tell them, yo, that ain't how you do that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I say all of that to say, we've been called to do this, just like you've been called to do something, and I want you to stop ignoring that calling, family. I want you to stop ignoring your calling. Go ahead, Larry. You sound like you gotta jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. It's you just, man, you hitting, man. You hitting hard. It is true. I respect both of these gentlemen, like, on the grind today. Like, this is my 4th video today. And you know, these videos are like 3-4 hours of video sometimes. And it's just what he said. It's just like, this is my calling. This is these gentlemen's calling. And so, listen, we're stronger together, like he said, than apart. I probably sent hundreds just by advertising Earn Your Leisure. Literally, everybody go there, meet me there, and I get there. I came just because of you. So what he's saying is
so Larry,
just
let me stop you for a second.
Something going.
I seen them thank Larry in person. at InvestFest. So I could vouch for that. Go ahead, Larry. Keep going.
Yep. And so they got that going on. So I don't have to compete with everything. I can just go and celebrate with them, right? Because it's plenty for us out here to eat, right? And so you guys know, anybody that rock with Stock Up with Larry Jones, I say, don't come over here with any negativity. All you're gonna do is get blocked. Don't bring me nothing negative about any of these brothers or sisters that's out here doing what we doing. All you're gonna do is get blocked, because that's not how we roll. It's not productive. And these little pages that do these little hit jobs and all of that, shame on them. That's literally against the law. If you're a spiritual person, that's against the law. You cannot prosper. It is against the law. Chris saying it's against the law for me to use your back to elevate myself. It's against the law, right? That means that I'm not going to prosper, right? And so we have to understand, everybody on this chat, this is going to sound like a love fest. Everybody on this chat, I don't want to see nothing but hearts all the way, because I'm going to continue to give you my best. And I know these gentlemen are going to continue to give you their best.
We will. So I want to say another thing too. You said, Keenan, put this up. My call option about to hit again. So we need 60 likes. Go ahead and hit that one, so a call option get hit. And I wanted to just put all three of us back on again and say,
yes, sir.
Listen, I said in the beginning when it was fewer of y'all on there, and I had said, yo, Chris, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. But what I want to do is, again, so everybody can see it, if y'all can make it to the next year's InvestFest, we might even do something before that, right? We might even do something before that. We're going to, again, talk about it in the background. Again, like I told you, all of us as business owners, we got our own things going on personally, right? So we can't just pop up anytime, anywhere. But we might do something before that, so y'all could come out and shake our hands and so on and so forth. I seen a lot of Chris saying stuff, and he was talking about, even before the YouTube game, he was getting out there touching the community. You understand what I'm saying? So I want everybody to be able to do that. And I was saying this, so I want y'all to leave. I like to be practical with it. A lot of people be just all up in here and they get analysis paralysis, where they just thinking all of the things that they want to do. You know how I get on here and I might be like, yo, use Webull and use my link, and then go ahead and get yourself some free stocks. If you have Webull or Moomoo or Robinhood or any one of these things, what I want you to do is, because Christmas is coming up, right? So you got time, use your own link, sign somebody up in your family and tell them, yo, I'm trying to go on this investing journey. Do you want to go on it with me? I feel like I'll be more successful if I had an accountability partner. So then y'all both going to get some free stocks, and listen to what I'm saying here. This ain't going to benefit me none. It's going to benefit y'all relationship. And then on the back end, that's going to benefit me, because together we're making the world what we want it to be rather than what it currently is. So I want you to go and find your own link. Send it to, let's call it your brother, your cousin, your sister, whoever, and tell them you want to go on this journey and you want to get to, I don't know, even if it's one share of VOO, for example, the S&P, by Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? Don't hold up. Let me don't get them in no mulling now. You understand me? Don't get them in no mulling now and then scare them away from the market. Let's be clear on that. Let's make sure that we getting them into something solid. But what you'll be doing is you'll be investing into them, into their future, and then you know what'll happen? Those shoes that you bought that baby, they gonna grow out of them. Those little Hot Wheels you buy for them, they ain't gonna be using them in a few years. The iPhone you get for them, guess what? That's gonna be out of style in 2 years. Go and get them some Apple stock instead. Go get them some Nike stock instead, or just keep it simple and get them some of the S&P. But go ahead and do this, and that's what your homework assignment is tonight. Send somebody a link. And don't just leave here and act like, oh man, I would love to do that. You got to be about it. You can't just talk about it. If Larry Jones and Chris Sang would have just talked about how they wanted to get on YouTube and help people and not acted, you wouldn't have never heard about them. But guess what? They decided to actually move. And think about this, Chris and Larry. To be a YouTuber about any particular content, in this case, stocks and options and crypto, you got to know stocks, options, and crypto, but you got to learn about lighting. You got to learn about the camera. You got to learn about how to get these things to switch over here and all of that, right? How to edit and that. You got to learn all of these things. You got to learn your analytics. Yo, the thumbnail.
How to title your video.
Right.
Words.
How to title your video.
How to title it.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
And that's a trial by fire. Cause you get in there and everybody like, nah, that ain't it, man. That one ain't it either. That one ain't it either. And then what happens is you show everybody that you could develop even a new skill that could pair well with your old skill. And the same people who didn't care that you was doing this, they asking you if they could pay you for your help now. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody to invest in themselves and then also get yourself an accountability partner. And I say you could do this by Christmas because this is something that happened to a family member a long time ago. I'll just be quick with this one. My sister, right? She was talking to one of my cousins. If you watching this, no disrespect, but I'm telling you a story. So one of my cousins was like, man, listen, I ain't got the money to be buying nobody nothing for Christmas, da-da-da-da-da-da. And my sister was like, you knew Christmas was coming last year.
Right.
You had all that time, right? Just shut it all the way down. You knew it was coming last year. You shouldn't be surprised by that. If you saved $1 a day, you have $365 depending on the year. It could be a leap year. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But you would have it because you would be prepared. Like I always say, proper preparation prevents poor performance. What are the 5 P's? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You got to be prepared, not surprised. Because what's going to happen to you is it's going to be a few years from now. I could bet you 3 things. The first thing is Keenan Grace is going to be richer. Second thing, Larry Jones is going to be richer. The next thing, Chris Sang going to be richer. I could add in a fourth one. The people that are listening to me, in terms of go and invest, you're going to be richer. I could add in a fifth thing. The person who you help to get into the market, into the S&P, they going to be richer. So then I want all 5 of those things to be true. So now, Chris, you can go ahead. You can jump in. Seems like you got something to say for it.
Absolutely. And Keenan, to your point, the reason why you guys need to do this and bring somebody else along, because the game is lonely. Talking about money is still too taboo in our communities. And so, guys, go reach somebody. Go turn somebody on to this, and then turn them on to the right people who they should listen to, follow, glean from. Okay? Because, guys, I talk to people every single day, 7 days a week. Do you know one of the number one things is people don't have anybody else to talk to in their family about money, about stocks, about budgeting, about personal finance, because still our community is still focused on the wrong things. Go reach somebody, use your link to get them to sign up for Moomoo, Robinhood, Webull, or whatever the platforms are, because this is the greatest generational vehicle to generate wealth with. Okay, and so again, guys, make sure you don't walk through this journey by yourself. Okay, it's better when you got somebody to bounce ideas off of, when you got somebody to talk about your ups and downs with, when you got somebody that's also trying to build wealth through investing in the stock market as well. So I just wanted to add that final part to Keenan's message for you guys for that Christmas deadline.
That's right. And listen, I can't wait to hear about who you got on. So if you want any one of the 3 of our channels and you hit that deadline, or you got somebody in, even if it's tomorrow or if it's next week, just get to any one of our channels, any of the 3 of us, and say, tell us who it was. You don't got to tell us their social security number now, but just be like, yo, listen, I added my brother in. I appreciate you for helping us bond like that. I added my sister in. Right. I got my daughter in. You see what I'm saying? Let us know. Because again, we on YouTube, we talking about the stock market because we have used it to build wealth. And we know that it's one of the best, if not the best vehicle to build wealth. And we don't want to be the only people just doing it. Like Chris was saying, you know, me, Chris, and Larry, we live in 3 different states. It's lonely investing like how we do. It's lonely getting your finances right. Why? Because the average person is not worrying about how much money they spend. The average person is not, they worrying about how much they make, but just so they can spend it. You see what I'm saying? They're not worrying about how to get their wealth up. They use all of their dollars to pay for stuff they can't really afford, but they could just barely almost afford. And then they use loans to kind of catch up with the rest of it, like getting into too much credit card debt. Now, listen, I remember, I want to say it was years ago. I think Chris Haynes did it years ago, but he posted a video. He was talking about how he just been debt free, I think, since you was like in your 30s or something like that. Like you was like low 30s. And you was like, yeah, man, you know, I'm debt free. I don't owe nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that, I was like, yo, that's really on point. And how many people is just slaves to the lender forever? You know what I mean? Yep. And they're going to just keep digging the hole even deeper. And I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of it. We got to pay ourselves, get out of that debt. You know what I'm saying? If you got a mortgage, on a super low interest rate, mathematically, I can see how that can make some sense. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about credit card debt at 30% nowadays with interest rates being high. I'm talking about going and getting that new BMW that just came out and you got a 600 credit score. You ain't trying to fix your credit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just hustling backwards.
Right.
I'm tired of seeing people hustling backwards. Larry, go ahead.
Listen, I just want to say this. You guys know that, you know, I speak to all of you guys do. I speak to all nationalities. I just come off of a tour that I spent my own dime and my own time renting these places, right? With the exception of the sellout on AMC, which you just paid the ticket price. But listen, I went all over this country to meet and greet you guys. And I have people from every nationality following me, right? And that's my call. That's my call. I don't just speak to people that look like me. But I'm going to say something very powerful to the people that look like me that are watching this video. So I go to InvestFest every year since the first one. I invited, I asked Keenan and I asked all the guys to go, right? But Keenan and Josh, we sat together. And I'm telling you right now that I stay in the same building, which is the CNN headquarters, which is connected to the convention center. You don't even have to walk out, right? I'm telling you, it was over 20,000 African Americans, and there were a few, other nationalities there. But I bet you when the numbers do come out, there's probably 22,000 people in there. Wasn't one fight, wasn't one shooting. I didn't see anybody wearing their pants around their ankles, all right? And it was none of that. It was a love fest of middle class and underclass African Americans in a place learning about finances, right? And guess who wasn't there? CNN wasn't there, and of course, to be fair, none of the networks was there. So I'm telling you guys that look like the three of us, and you can't help but see this. You have three young, you see, I'm putting young on me too, y'all. Young African American males that have did this thing in life called YouTube, and we're out there trying to say, you too can do this. You too can achieve financial wealth. And I'm just going to say that I came from very humble beginnings. I'm going to tell you that as early as 2018, I was still driving. I was working my full-time job, but I was also driving Uber so I could have money to what? Invest. So I'm charging each and every one of you, and I'm going to keep saying this because I see what's coming, not out of fear, but out of opportunity. Create another stream of income and invest it all. Right now, just cash up. Continue your regular investing, continue your regular trading, but have some dry powder ready. Chris, I'm interested to hear what you got to add to that.
Absolutely, guys. Have some dry powder ready because you want to be ready and you want to stay ready for those buying opportunities. Guys, you don't want to, man, when my check hit, I'm going to put the money in. No, you want to plan ahead. Okay. And so again, everything Larry said is spot on. Guys, we are trying to show up each and every day, not only to show up for ourselves, but to show up to walk alongside you. We appreciate and salute every one of you guys that love us, that tap into us every day, because you guys help us get the message out. And then you learning, I always see the stats that 65% of people can't handle a $400 emergency. They don't have $1,000 in their emergency funds. That let me know me, Keenan, and Larry got more work to do.
Right.
Absolutely. And so when I hear those statistics, my heart simply says, you know what? We got to go harder. We ain't going hard enough. So that's why, like Keenan said, we can't take a day off. It feel good to start recording for a little bit, but then you reminded, man, the people need me. Mm-hmm. I got to keep showing up day in and day out, guys. And that's what I'm going to charge you guys with. Don't give up on yourself. Because listen, nobody's coming to save you. And so if you're not willing to put in the work, guys, you're
Right.
not going to reach your full potential. So that's all I wanted to add to that, Larry. Good job, though.
And I
Yes,
want
sir.
to say this. If you ain't subscribed to Chris Sane by now, go ahead and do so. The link is in the description. If you ain't subscribed to Larry, go ahead and do so. But the most important thing that I want you to remember is this one thing.